Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Alvarez, I'm Sabine from CitySurf Real Estate. Thanks for making the time to speak with me this afternoon in regards to your property at 26 Aldrich Drive. We cleared that up on the phone that we're getting together today to just have a bit of a discussion on what we can do for you. Now, at CitySurf we have a presentation kit that we normally bring to our clients or potential clients. It just gives you a bit of an overview on the company, what we do, the company director, the property management team that we have. Jason Robb, the property manager, is currently on holiday, so I'm acting as the supervisor for him. And Jackie, she's our property management representative. So there's a bit of a personal profile there. We've got the roles of the tenants, the tenant profile for the area, marketing activities, and I guess that's probably where we need to drill down a little bit more on the marketing activities for your property. We do have online and offline marketing, and sometimes we put boards, for lease boards, in front of the property, but I'll go through that with you later on. And there's a couple of other things that I want to go through with you later. So, but really just the rights and responsibilities of you as the client in comparison to the tenant. Do you know that legally you are bounded by the Residential Tenancy Act 1997, and that really lays out all the responsibilities as landlords, and if you engage us to act on your behalf, they fall onto us, and the same goes for the tenants. They have certain rights and responsibilities as well, and they're all very stipulated in that act. So at CitySurf, that's what we adhere to when we do dealings with both parties, and that's how we go. So really at CitySurf, our service is entitled to select the tenants very carefully. We obviously do all the marketing beforehand, and we'll go through with the marketing schedule that I've prepared for you. We really thoroughly scan and test the tenants' references, and we see all of the processes through dealing with the tenant. So you're not exposed to dealing with them at all by engaging us. So the other thing is, what is it exactly that you said again? Can you just repeat what you said that you wanted?
For the new tenants.
Yeah, not for the tenants, for us to help you with.
So we want to make sure that we're getting as much possible out of this investment property. Mm-hmm. We really want it rented quite quickly within the next 30 days. The tenants that we've got in currently are leaving in the next week.
Okay.
And so we want the property not to be vacant.
Yeah.
So as early as possible.
Yeah.
Pets are permitted, but need to go through us.
When we said that, we agreed to one small pet, not a family
like a cat or a
seven,
dog or something.
Yeah, not a family of 7 cats or anything in the property. But if they've got one pet, that's fine by us.
Mm.
Yeah. And the fixtures and fittings need to stay as is, so including curtains,
which is pretty standard.
It's okay.
And we would like the garden maintained.
Yeah.
So at the moment we've got an external garden maintenance service. Moment I would like that again for this new one, is having the garden maintained by another service.
Oh, okay. So do you want us to have a look for someone to help you with that? Okay, that's fine. No problem at all. So just to summarise, achieve maximum rental return. You want to have it leased within 30 days, preferably. You're allowing a small pet, but we have to run that past you first, just to let you know what it is. The fixtures and fittings, including all the window coverings, will remain, which is pretty standard, which is good. And we could definitely organise the garden maintenance service to keep all your outdoor areas well maintained, because there's a bit of grass area in that, which is understandable. Okay, so what I want to do is just explain the exclusive leasing and management authority to you briefly. So what it is, it's practically the agreement between you as the landlord and us at CitySurf as the property managers. Okay. And it's a legal document. It stipulates who the parties to the document are, the property, and then what services we will provide for you. So we have here the initial leasing under this authority, as well as the property management, which is the ongoing looking after it. So we do that, and so practically that's what we have to fill in, and as we go along we will go through further details with that.
Okay, so does that also go through what the fees are?
Yeah, definitely. The fees are here on the second page, and what we normally charge at City Surf is that we have a letting fee of 1 week's rent. That's pretty much standard in the industry, and then the management fee will be 7% plus 0.7% GST. So what we said initially on the phone, you were saying like about $450 for a weekly rent. I had a look in the did a report for you, which is just a comparison to the other rental properties on the market at the moment.
Okay. Yep.
And so what we have here is like these properties are very similar to yours, and they're going for about $420 to $450. I would think for Aldridge Drive.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Do you need to go somewhere for a minute?
No, that's alright.
Okay. So for Aldridge Drive, I think we'll probably be closer to this figure of $420, because if you compare the property to yours, it's very, very similar.
Okay.
Okay, so that's probably where we can attract tenants quite quickly.
Okay.
Because one of your stipulation was to rent quite quickly, sort of within 30 days. Yeah. Okay, so this document then needs to be completed, and the other thing is what I wanted to do is go through the marketing process with you as well. So let's just give you the comparison. You can hang on to that. So with marketing, I've prepared that here for you. I think we definitely will have to advertise online, which is quite standard because most people will look online for houses or for rentals these days. And so that's practically the initial photography, and we need the photos to put on the ads and that. So that's about $220. Then we have the online advertising on realestate.com, domain.com, you know, the typical sort of websites where people go. That's about $130 for the 4-week period. I think we just go for 4 weeks to start off with. Hopefully it'll rent it a lot quicker than that. And then if you wish, we can have a for lease sign display as well, which is another $230. So all up it's about $580 for the campaign that we'll do for the next 4 weeks. And if we release it quicker, then we obviously don't need to keep going with the advertisements. So if you're happy with that, then I'll put that onto the contract as well, because the advertising fees have to go on there as well.
Okay.
All right. Now, have you got any questions so far?
So you've answered all the questions on the fees. I'm more just wondering if there's any other risks associated with.
Oh, with the advertising, and
just in terms of as well, like for example, having the for lease sign displayed, or having it advertised online and things like that. Considering our tenants are moving out in a week, we're just a little bit worried about that.
Oh, okay. Well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem, because that's pretty standard practice. Okay. But I'm just thinking with marketing, I mean, sometimes you have a situation where tenants come to the open day, but they don't put in any applications. They all come and have a look, but then nothing happens after that. So that's a risk, obviously, that. But normally what I do is I'll go there and ask for feedback. I sort of, as people are going through, I talk to them. Yeah. And then we normally get, it's either too high a rent, or there is something missing in the property that they're looking for. Extra room, or a dishwasher, or aircon, or whatever it might be. Yeah. In your case, I can't see any major issues there, because the house is completed, so like it's fully equipped with things. So that's that. So that's what we get. If we find that we set the rent too high, which in the comparison report I don't think we have, but just in case people say, oh look, it's too high for the area, then what we can do is just drop the rent for a little bit and see what happens after that. Okay. Yeah, and if there's other issues that they're lacking something or whatever, then we can just see what it is and then negotiate. You know, if
Yeah.
someone puts an application in and they check out to be quite good. All right, and if no one comes to the actual opens, because we will have the open days as well, then we'll just have to see if we didn't advertise it correctly. But it's very rare that that happens.
Okay.
So I just want to provide you with an update on the progress of the listing and the marketing of the property. What we'll start off with is we sign the agreement, which we'll do in a minute.
Yep.
Then straight away I'll get the photos and the ad copy organised. That will be within a day.
Yeah.
And then I'll order the full lease board as well, which will be up within 2 days.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, your tenant has given notice, so they know that, you know,
Yes. Yeah.
the place is for lease again. Then the open for inspections will be advertised straight after I got all the photos and that organised. It will go online, and then we'll start with that on next Saturday.
Okay.
So we'll get running with that. Okay, now when I did the appraisal the other day, I noticed that there was some railings that were a little bit unsafe because you've got the steps there. So I'm just wanting to make sure that you fix that before the new tenants come in, because that's just something that we need to look after. So if you're happy with that, but I just made another note that you want us to, the services we're providing is to go for the garden maintenance, so we organise that separately out of this contract here. And then the special instructions I have here that a small pad is allowed upon approval of the landlord.
Yeah.
Okay, then the fees are 7.7%, which works out to be 127 plus $12.70 GST, 140 all up. The letting fee is 1 week's rent, which is 462. Oh, sorry, 62 including GST.
Yeah.
420. Then the releasing, if that's the case, we just have 2.2%. So if you're happy with all of that, if I can ask you please to. And plus the services and all that, they're all written down here in the terms.
Yeah.
You know, so that it'll specify exactly what we'll be doing for you.
Yeah.
So if I can get you to maybe sign here first, and then get Mr. Alvarez to do the right. 27th today, I think. Just stay on that line, please. Great. Well, thank you very much. I'll definitely keep you informed, and we'll be talking soon. Thank you.